Hey guys, this is Renee with the Space Between podcast. We are in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana for Jazz Fest 2025 for the first weekend. The headliner was our favorite band. What band was it?
A little band, the Dave Matthews Band.
The Dave Matthews Band. So of course we have lots of fans here from really all over the world that are here, of course, to see all of the wonderful music that has been part of this weekend. It's been a great weekend of music in general, all kinds of jazz and blues and gospel and things I didn't even know. And so I learned something and I went to church. Look at that. So what were your thoughts on how Dave and the boys did tonight?
It was good, and this means summer's officially started. It's here, and now we hit the road.
People want to say, the first show of the year was like the first day of the summer tour. You know what? We got you. This is the first one. We'll fight for it, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
They were all together. So this is officially the first time in 2025 that the full band has played together. And they did a great job.
It was good.
Did you have any expectations going into Jazz Fest? Because we know they're a little bit different during festivals.
Festivals are always different.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So did you have any expectations, or are you kind of just like, whatever?
I roll with it. I'm good. It was good. They started off with a little oldie, and it finished it out hot. So, and it's not hot anymore, but it was.
Here's the big surprise. I really thought they were going to play Louisiana Bayou just because of where we are.
We got Alligator Pie.
We got Alligator Pie, which is a great substitute, but I just kind of thought, all the way down here, I was prepping my kids, okay, this is the one song I know you're going to hear. And it was the one song they did not play.
We're gonna hear it soon. We will. I know.
It'll probably be happening the first concert of the summer tour, and we'll be like, hold on, band. I have some questions.
They're reminiscing. That's all.
They've been thinking about Louisiana since then. Okay, so what's the next show for you?
Next show, I believe, Boston Calling, and then Riverbend, and then Here, There, and Everywhere. Got a few more.
Awesome. Wait, who are you?
Mary Beth. I just show up.
She just shows up at concerts with the Dave Matthews Band. She drives all around.
Drive, fly, however I have to get there.
So you're headed home, so I'm going to say goodbye because I know you're out. We're going to talk to a few more people. I'll see you. Right. I'll see you in Chicago.
Yes, Chicago.
Hopefully, yeah. Okay, Barb. So, I'm here with Barb. How long have you been following the Dave Matthews Band?
Oh, I would say for me personally, not as long as my husband, but a good 10 years.
10 years is a solid, that's a decade of following a band.
Yes, and I really started falling in love with his lyrics, like during COVID, when you couldn't go anywhere and you couldn't go to a concert. So we would listen to it in Puerto Backyardia, and, I'd look at the lyrics and sing along, and that's when I really fell in love.
So did you have any expectations coming in to see them this year in 2025? It's a new year, so we know that with our favorite band, they like to change things from year to year. That we had the year of where they did the fakes, and so that was kind of a new thing. Did you come in with any expectations this year, or what did you think about the festival in a whole?
I was kind of thinking it's a festival, so it's not going to be your typical concert. So I was expecting to expect anything.
Never.
And, just kind of go with it. Don't have any preconceived notions of what it's going to be. Maybe a guest artist would show up, but you never know.
We thought there would be because there's so many musicians in town here already. But again, no guests.
No, so it's best not to try to put your heart and soul in what it's going to be and just go for the ride and enjoy what it is.
It would be a terrible gamble to bet on the Dave Matthews Band. I don't think you would ever win.
I would lose every time. Yes. Even the fake house, I'm ready. I'm ready to do Brick House, and nope.
It didn't happen, but we had so much fun. Thank you for sharing your experience. We're going to have you on the show, a full show, very soon. I'm going to skip to someone else. Yes, I'm going to skip to somebody else. Okay, you're the only one not talking to someone.
Oh my goodness.
What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Heather, and I'm from New Mexico.
What did you think about the show tonight here at Jazz Fest?
I thought it was amazing. I was very impressed. I thought it was going to be just a kind of generic festival set, and he really mixed it up. There's some good ones in there for us. So,
are you surprised about not having Louisiana Bayou?
He kind of mixed it up with Alligator Pie, so Alligator Pie was
I was very surprised by that.
better than Bayou.
And I like it. It's fun. It's a fun song. So did you have a chance to really get to know New Orleans while you were here?
We did a lot of things. I've not had a lot of sleep, and I'm not going to have a lot of sleep. So I'm going to have to process it once I get home.
The bars stay open really late here, and like parades start in 2 or 3 in the morning. So how can you go to bed? I mean, I've been going to bed, but I think I'm going to try to stay up tonight for sure.
So our dog sitter, because we had to bring our dog sitter right now, she's from New Orleans, and she says, it's no law. Like, that's what it is. And I said, I never thought about it that way. No law. That makes sense. So we've had the cops shrug their shoulders about what time bars close. They're like, meh.
I think as long as they're making money, they're open and ready for service.
I know. I kind of like it. It's good time.
Well, thank you for sharing. I'm going to skip. I'm going to see one more person. This person doesn't know what in the world I'm doing. Is it okay if I ask you a few questions about your experience tonight? Yes. Okay, so tell us what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Lua, and I'm from Florida, but I've been here pre-Katrina, so I have street credit. Yes.
So have you been a Dave Matthews Band fan for a while?
Yes. Absolutely.
Awesome. So what did you think about tonight's set list?
It's just a beautiful set list. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved his little chats in between, because the world needs to remember that we're not isolated and we're not alone, but we are brothers and sisters, and it's important to love each other and be the whole family that we are. And it was just a good, beautiful time.
I see you have some Marty McKinney originals on your ears. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will see that these are like little spaceman. Marty McKinney right over here. I'm going to have Justin point the camera to him. If you've listened to this podcast, you're going to know about Marty. Not that he's ever been on the show, but he will be on the show. But he shows up in like every Dave Matthews Band concert picture because of his fluorescent clothing. So he's such a giving soul. He's always like coming and giving out swag for free, just because that's what Dave fans do. They're just so giving and loving, but that's also like...
He's wonderful at concerts. The very first live set I ever saw, I was with Marty, and he's like, "You're short, get right up here. Like, the stage is here. I'm pressed against it. I could have touched Dave. Like, you can't beat that." So, good friends, tall friends.
It's good to have tall friends.
Perfect.
Okay, so we have a familiar face in the crowd. If you've been watching this podcast, actually, he's not been on the show.
I was in Arkansas. You caught me in Arkansas, but it wasn't video. It was, you just had your recorder at the time. So it was, I don't remember exactly what show it was, but we were in Arkansas standing in the pit line since like 6 a.m. eating donuts. Just
good time.
Yeah, well, it was just so they could go to the lottery anyway. And we all stood out there in line all day eating donuts. There was like a dad and a son that were taking turns since like 4 a.m. And then we got out there at like 6:30, 7 a.m. and you caught me. And then we had a great show anyway.
It's always a good show. There's
You
never
were
a
on the
bad
rail.
show. I was on the rail. It was my hometown.
Yeah, that was your hometown and you drew. You were number one in.
I mean, it's like the Dave Matthews Band knows about me.
If you don't know Space Between Podcasts, are you even a Dave Matthews fan?
Yes, there's so many that don't know about the Space Between podcast. So that's what we're doing here. And it's like a 2-for-1. Like, I get to know people, they get to know about the podcast, but also we got a great show. Tell me what you thought about tonight's set list.
I don't remember my alligator pie because it was in 2009, so it's been all those years. And I was texting with DMB Society.
Shout out,
shameless plug. A couple of quick little deals. Last full band DMB Thank You was in 2015, which is awesome. If you count it as a liberation, it's the first at Jazz Fest since JTR in 2006.
On the fly statistics right here at a Dave Matthews Band concert.
I tell you, listen to Space Between Podcast. The pit dehydration, Dave gave a shout out, and he was like, somebody might be dying down here. He didn't say that. He said somebody's in trouble, help him. But that was pit dehydration. The woman was carried out. Nobody died. And the big surprise was that Pantala Nagapampa actually went into Rapunzel. Welcome back.
We never know anymore, but we're like, what's going to happen? We're kind of cautious every time that starts up.
So there you have it. That's Jazz Fest 2025, folks. That's all I got.
Was this the first time to Jazz Fest?
First time at Jazz Fest. Oh, and the alligator pie story was, this is my first alligator pie that I remember because 2009 was so far ago. So that was a really cool deal on the set list.
Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you for being here, Renee.
Absolutely.
You're the best.